Well, Rick, you're not content with just pretzels, are you? You're going into the pizza business. You've got Blaze Pizza. Tell us about using the Chipotle Mexican Grill system in order for people to get their custom-made pizzas.
Well, the big aha, my wife and I were out to lunch one day looking for fast, fresh pizza, and we couldn't find it. We ended up at Chipotle and sort of had an aha moment that we could apply that to the pizza business, and that's what we did. Was we basically moved the assembly line format into a fresh artisan pizza business model. So you can pick any toppings that you want. It cooks up in 120 seconds, and as fast as you can pay and get your drink, you get a delicious artisan pizza for about $7.
And Rick, what defines where you're starting the rollout of Blaze? Because I know you got operations pending in places like New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, got Wisconsin, and you've got one operating at UC Irvine in California.
Right. Well, we're a franchise model, and that's what we're building towards. So what we're doing right now is looking for the good franchise operators, and we're following them as we find them around the country. A lot of our operators are already operating Applebee's, Buffalo Wild Wings, Panera Breads, and so the first ones we've signed up have been in the Northeast. We just closed New Jersey. We're just now closing Chicago and Miami, and I think in maybe a year and a half we'll have pretty much most of the country sold out.
Bill Phelps, how much would it cost if I wanted to have a franchise of the Blaze Pizza?
The Blaze Pizza, those are about $600,000. But the returns early on look pretty good.
Rick, what about the actual technology that goes into the ovens? You say that it bakes the pizza in 120 seconds. How hot does that oven get?
It's about 800 degrees, and much like in the 80s when you had the the big explosion of Domino's and Pizza Hut and delivery, they did it off of the innovation of the new conveyor oven. And for us, it's these wood-fired ovens from Italy that are now able to burn on gas, and that gives us the scalability and the really hot oven. So that's really the innovation that drove our concept.
Rick, when you talk about Blaze Pizza, what about locating on college campuses? Is that a big market?
It's going to be huge for us. You know, our very first location is next to UCI here in Irvine, doing extremely well. We're lining them up at lunch and dinner every day. But we're going to be putting them in malls. We're putting them in strip centers, on street locations, and in universities.
I want to thank you, gentlemen, very much. Rick Wetzel and Bill Phelps of Wetzel's Pretzels and of Blaze Pizza.